Hello, everyone. Dr. Waller coming to you again from Waller Chiropractic Clinic in St. Albert. Today is Thursday, April 23rd. Just going to put in another YouTube session here. Today we're going to talk about golf. And let me first of all say this. I am a duffer. I love the game of golf, but I don't get out very much. So I am not a good golfer. In fact, I'm not even sure what I do you would call golf. But so they understand right off the bat that this is not a technical film, a technical video on how to improve your stroke. But what I am going to be talking about are the biomechanics and what's important as far as spinal alignment, pelvic alignment, and getting the muscles working properly to increase your the distance and increase the straightness of your stroke. So, first of all, just some trivia here. Did you know that golf, as we know it, originated in 15th century Scotland? You probably did. Many of you who are golf buffs probably knew that. King James II banned it in 1457, but King James IV took up golf and he decided to lift the ban in 1502 and has been with us ever since. Another interesting thing I found is in 1764, the standard 18-hole golf course was created at St. Andrews, which is a world-famous golf course, when it was modified from 22 to 18 holes. So actually, courses were even longer in the past. Now, I want to talk a little bit about muscles, first of all, that are used in your golf swing. There are 4 phases to your golf swing. And I'm in a small room here, so I'm not going to go through a full swing, but I'm going to show you where we're at with this. First of all, of course, the backswing. And the muscles that are used here are the shoulders for strength and the upper back as far as flexibility when you're coming around. As you're coming down into the downswing, this is when you're starting to accelerate the speed of the club in towards what's called ball strike. And as you come down here, of course, 2 things that are very important are the flexibility now of the low back, especially rotational component, and also the core strength as you strike the ball. As you strike the ball and go to follow through, some golfers will tell you that follow through is maybe the most important part of the golf swing, and you can understand how pelvis, the strength of the pelvis, the flexibility of the pelvis, the strength of the legs, and certainly the strength of the forearms and controlling the wrists are all very, very important. So it's one of these sports where, until you stop and think about it, you may not realize that it's the entire body that's really involved in proper biomechanics here. So it is very, very, very important to have a spine that is aligned, a pelvis and spine that is aligned, as you can imagine. If you're misaligned in your spine or your pelvis, you're not going to have full range of motion, so your biomechanics are going to be off, and your nervous system is not going to be working better. You're not going to get proper messages sent to all those muscles that we just talked about that control a proper golf swing. So, as an idea, as a review here, this is looking at the back of the spine, of course. That triangular bone, again, is called the sacrum. 2 big plates on either side here are called the ilium. And the way that the joint is named is the 2 bones that come together. The joint space is actually named from those 2 joints, from those 2 bones on either side. So the sacrum and the iliac make the sacral-iliac joint, right side and left side. And that's kind of how we come to it. Now, on many folks, just because of what we do in life and how we're affected by posture and traumas and things like that, the pelvic plate can twist down and back on one side or the other, shifting over the sacrum. Those are the types of things that will lock these sacroiliac joints out of alignment. And as you can imagine, that is then going to affect the fluidity of our movement during our golf swing. So I'm going to show you just a few stretches that I like. The mobility, the mobility segment that I had a few videos back, the stretches that for people that don't like to stretch are very good. These are some that you should be doing that they're going to all be beneficial for your golf swing. I'm going to show you 3 stretches that I think are very beneficial specifically for golfers that you want to do both before and after your game. Okay. So the first one, as we talked about the upper back being and shoulders being an important part of everything, is just simply taking the arm across. You don't twist your torso, but you take the arm across, grasp it behind the elbow, and pull it further. Okay, you're going to feel most of your stretch through the shoulder here, but you are also stretching the muscles in the upper back between the shoulder blades, one in particular called the rhomboid muscle. When you get in this position, you hold it for 30 seconds, and then, of course, do it on the other side. The second one is, as we stand here, you want to bend to the side. You're going to run that hand down the side of your leg, and you're going to reach over just like that. You're going to hold it. Now, you don't want to bend forward. You want to make sure you're going to the side This really opens up the flank muscles here and as well the muscles in between the ribs. You want to hold that for 30, and then of course do the same thing on the other side for 30. Now, also beneficial are the mobilizations we talked about from last time, from the time before, where you're just going down, pausing, coming back up and going to the other side, pausing, and 10 times for those. The third part, of course, and a big part of the golf swing is rotation. And so I want to talk about maybe 3 ways that we can do this. First of all, the mobilizations that we talked about again previously, where you're sitting, knees are slightly further apart, arms are comfortably across your chest. You turn as far as you can to one side, pause briefly, turn to the other side, and pause briefly. You want to do that 10 times in each direction. That's a good one to do. Let's see. Another one that I like is called the spinal twist. You're going to be lying here on your back. One leg stays flat, the other one comes up with the foot over top, and then you come up and turn in the opposite direction. So for me, this kind of look opposite of what you're seeing on the screen. My right leg is down, my left foot is over my right knee, and my right knee is on my right elbow, pardon me, is on my left knee. Wonderful stretch. You hold this for 30 seconds. Turn the head to get it to increase the stretch even more up into that upper back, and then of course do it for 30 seconds on either side. And let's see, I think that's all that I wanted to discuss with that. So I hope that's helpful. More experienced golfers than me, good golfers, let's put it, have told me that by getting regular chiropractic adjustments, keeping things aligned and doing these stretches, have actually added, they figure, anywhere from 30 to 50 yards to their driving distance, and maybe more importantly, it keeps the ball straight. There's no more hooks, any hooks in either direction. So hopefully that's helpful to you. I wanted to just let you know the birthdays for this week. So here we go with the change in the hat. And again, the annoying horn. Birthdays this week include Gail, Megan, Heiko, my buddy Kevin, Bridget, Les, Cindy Lou, Aldrina, another Megan, and Kathy. And I hope you're all having a great week. I hope you're able to celebrate in a special way for you. I want to talk to you today also about what the special day is. April 23rd is National Picnic Day. I don't know about where you are, but here in St. Albert, we are finally getting some nice weather. A little windy, but if you can get out and enjoy a picnic with your loved ones, that would be great. Today's also National Take a Chance Day. Some of the mentors I've worked with, one of the things they've always said is get out of your comfort zone, think out of the box, and try every day to do something that you're uncomfortable with. And so that works nicely into National Take a Chance Day. Today's also World Book Day, so read a book. And even if that means a picture book or a chapter book to your family, to your kids or your grandkids, that's a great way to mark it as well. And today finally is Talk Like Shakespeare Day. I can't do an English accent, but forsooth, methinketh this has come at the end of my talk. That's it. That's the best I can do. So I hope you're having a wonderful week. We are still closed except for emergency situations here at Wanda Chiropractic, so phone us at 780-460-8030. But there are rumblings now that they may let us open up under very strict rules, but for some limited treatments. And so we'll keep you posted on that. But in the meantime, have a wonderful weekend. Talk to you later.